Good morning students and welcome to our YouTube channel Eng.Med Modern School. So in the previous video we have just finished the chapter. Okay, so the chapter was chapter number 3, separation of substance. In that we have seen the different kinds of processes from which we can just separate solid from solid, liquid solid, and also liquid. Okay, so here first process we have seen that was threshing process, then after winnowing process, then after hand picking, then after sieving, then after different processes we have seen. Okay, and we have just completed the chapter. So let us first of all revise all the topics which we have seen in this chapter. So first topic was threshing. So what was first of all threshing? Means the removal of grain from the stalks. Okay, that is the threshing process. And there are different kinds of threshing machines. Okay, now the second process was winnowing. So what was winnowing? So the impurities which are there in the grains which are separated from the stalk, the small impurities which are there, okay, that is to be separated. That process is known as winnowing process. Okay, thirdly, that was hand picking. So from the grains, small stone pebbles and this all things are there, that is to be separated. So what we do? The hand picking method. But the hand picking method is only when the quantity is small. And then after sieving, so that is to be separated small substances and the large substances or the big substances, from which when they both are to be separated. Okay, then after we have seen the example that was construction sites. From that, what is that? The small stone pebbles and the big pebbles are to be separated, that we have seen. And then after sedimentation and decantation was there. So in that, what was there in sedimentation? If I just mixed the water, if I just take a half beaker filled water, then what happened? We have to add a teaspoon of sand in it and stir it well. So what will happen? It will just mix, the sand will be mixed with the water, and then we have to separate that, and we have to just keep that for 1 to 2 hours without disturbing. Then what will happen? All the sediments which are there, that will be at the bottom, and at the above there will be pure water. So that process of keeping 1 or 2 hours, that is known as the sedimentation. And then after, the upper liquid is taken into the another beaker, that is known as the decantation process. Okay, and then after we have seen the next method, that was filtration. So in filtration we have seen that how the tea leaves and that tea is separated, means solid remains in the filtering device and the liquid goes to the cup. In that they have just given the example of tea which is made by our mother at home. Then after it was evaporation. So evaporation is what? The water converts into water vapor. That process is known as evaporation. And the another process, that was condensation, which is the opposite of evaporation. That was what? Water vapor is converted back to the water. Okay, that is the condensation process. And then after we have seen the another method, that was solution and solubility. So what is solution? So here solute plus solvent gives solution. Okay, solute plus solvent gives solution. If I just take salt here plus water, it will be salt solution. Okay, salt plus water gives salt solution. So here the substance which is to be dissolved, that is known as solute, and the substance in which the substance is to be dissolved, that is known as the solvent. So here the solute is salt which is to be dissolved in water. So water is the solvent and we get the salt solution. Okay, now there is a solubility. Different solubilities are there. Okay, so here then after it was the saturated solution. So what is saturated solution? Means the minimum amount of the sugar or salt or any other substances when dissolved in any of the solvent. Then after at a time what will happen? There it will not be dissolved at some time. Okay, so what will be there here? That is known as the saturated solution, but it is depend upon the solubility of the substance. So what is the solubility? That is the ability of the substance to be dissolved in the solvent. Okay, and we can just have three facts inside it, that was heating, stirring and powdered form of solute. The three different things were there. So here first was heating, another was stirring, then it was powdered form of solute. So the three things are there, that is heating, stirring, powdered form of solution. If we just heat that solution, then the ability of the solute will increase to be dissolved. Okay, and we can get a saturated solution. Then stirring well, if we just take 2 beakers half filled of water, and in one beaker we add salt and another beaker also we add salt. So in one beaker we have to just stir it well with the glass roll. So what will happen? You can observe that the beaker which is stirred, that is dissolved faster than the beaker which is not stirred. Then after here it is powdered form of solute. So here here also you have to take 2 beakers. First both beaker half filled water. So in one beaker you have to add a powdered form of solute and in other crystal form of solute. What will happen? You have to stir it well both the beaker. Then the powdered form will dissolve faster than the crystal form. Okay, so these three were there. Now here we are just moving towards the exercise, that is first one, exercise. Question number 8, that is MCQ. In that the first one, grains can be separated from stalks by which method? That is seed threshing method. So the first one will be seed threshing. Okay. Second one, the liquid above the sediments is called dash. That is decantation, sedimentation, filtration or supernatant. So here it will be D, supernatant. Okay, then after third one, that is third one, that is how will you separate common salt from mixture of common salt and water? Then it is the evaporation method. Third one also that is then after fourth one, a mixture of sand and water can be separated by dash, that is filtration, winnowing, condensation or hand picking. So here A, that is filtration. Okay, then after fifth one, which of the following is insoluble in water? Salt, chalk, sugar or baking soda. So here it will be B, chalk. Okay, now question number B, that is fill in the blanks. Here first one, that is grains can be separated from chaff by dash, that is threshing or winnowing. So here in the first one it will be winnowing. Winnowing. Then after, dash uses the action of wind to separate the lighter components from the heavier one. That is also winnowing or threshing. So here it will also be winnowing, second one. Okay. Then after, third one, dash is used to separate salt from water, evaporation or hand picking. So here it will be evaporation, third one. Fourth one, that is a dash is a substance in which the dash gets dissolved. Okay, so a dash is a substance in which a dash gets dissolved. So here the answer will be in the fourth one. A dash means a solvent is a substance in which solute get dissolved. Solute get dissolved. Then after fifth one, sugar in the dash form dissolved faster, that is powdered form or crystal form. So here it will be fifth one, powdered form. Okay students, so please write down the answers over here. Okay, moving towards the next question. Question number C, that is correct the following by changing the underlined word. Okay, so here question number C, first one, that is winnowing involves beating the grains. No, that doesn't involve the beating in grains, but the threshing process involves in beating in grains. So in the first one it will be threshing. Okay, then after it is sieving is used for separating two substances with similar size. No, different size. So here the second one, it will be different. Different. Okay. Then after third one, condensation is the process by which a dash changes into dash form. Okay. So here condensation, here it is. In the condensation process, in the first underline, it will be gas form changes into, in the second it will be liquid. Okay. Then after fourth one, a filtering device should have holes that are bigger than the particles of the insoluble solids. No, they are the smaller than the particles insoluble in solid. So here fourth one, smaller. Then after fifth one, that is it is easier to dissolve sugar in cold milk as compared to the hot milk. So here it will also be opposite. Fifth one, it is easier to dissolve sugar in hot milk compared to cold. Okay, so this is the answer. You just write down this. I am just giving you some time. Okay, moving towards the question number D. Question number D. In that first question, that is the layer of clear liquid above the sediments, that is what? So here in the first it will be supernatant. Then after, the process of pouring out the clear upper liquid without disturbing the sediments, that is known as that, it will be decantation. So second one, it is third one, the process by which the gas form of the substance changes into liquid form, that is known as the condensation process. Okay. Then after fourth one, that is a solution in which no more solute can be dissolved, that is known as the saturated solution. saturated solution. Then after, the ability of a substance to dissolve in a given liquid, that is solubility. Fifth one, it will be solubility. Okay, so please write down the answers. Okay students, here it is given the differentiate between the following. The first one is sedimentation and decantation. So what is sedimentation? You have to write that on this side, and on the other side decantation. So sedimentation is what? The solvent just settle down at the bottom, okay, and in decantation it is just we have to just take out the liquid without disturbing the sediments. Then after, sediments and supernet. So what is there? So sediment means what? The substance which is at the bottom when sedimentation process occurs, and supernet means the liquid above the sediment. It is known as that. Then after, evaporation and condensation. So evaporation is what? The evaporation process means water is converted into water vapor, means liquid is converted into gas form, and in condensation water vapor is converted into water, that is gas form is converted into liquid form. Then after, solute and solvent. Solute means the substance which is to be dissolved, and so solvent means the substance on the substance which is to be dissolved in. Okay, and here first, that is in the next question, question number F, answer the following questions. In that, the first, that is, why do we need to separate the components of the mixture? So here you can see on the very first page, here we separate the substance for various reasons. For example, sometimes one may separate chilies or spices from the food if one doesn't like them much. One may also pick out the cherries from a piece of cake if one is especially fond of them. Okay, so that is why it is necessary to separate some of the substance or components of the mixtures. Then after, how is the grain separated from the stalk and the shock? So in that, the first one, the grains which are separated from the stalk, that process is known as the threshing process. So what is in the threshing process? The stalks are beaten at the hard substance, and due to that the small grains and some of the leaves just fall down and it is separated. B, that is the shock. So from that, how it is separated? By the winnowing process, which is with the help of wind. The impurities which are lighter than that grain. So what will happen? They will just go with the wind and they will fall at some distance and the grains will fall down. Okay, then after, in what condition would it be beneficial to use hand picking? So what will be there? The hand picking can be used only if the substance or quantity of the substance is very low. Okay, very small quantity of the substance can be taken out from the hand picking. Then after, what is sieving when it is this method used? Fourth one. So sieving means the small substance are small and big substance are to be separated. So this method is used in the construction site for separating big sandstones pebbles and the small pebbles. Okay. Then after fifth one, that is what is filtration? What should be the criteria to select a filtering device? So filtration means what? The solid is just separated from the liquid. So the filtering device condition will be the what? The substance which is to be separated, the solid, is the size of that will be smaller than that. Okay. Then after sixth question is cut. Then after seventh, how is salt collected from the sea water? So salt is collected from the sea water by the process of evaporation, in which here it is written. So here the liquid here heating increase the rate of evaporation. A mixture of common salt and water can be separated by evaporation. Common salt is obtained from the sea water by collecting it in the shallow pans and allowed it to evaporate. Then after, how can you prepare a saturated solution? So here different amounts of the substance or solute are required to prepare the saturated solution in water. For example, the amount of the sugar required to prepare a saturated solution in a specific amount of water will be different from the amount of the salt required to prepare a saturated solution of salt. Okay, so this is the making of the saturated solution. Then after, discuss the factor that can be speed up the solubility of a solvent in the solvent. Okay, solute in the solvent. So here are the three factors, that is heating. In order to dissolve the amount of the salt left at the bottom of the container in the saturated solution, we will need to heat the solution. We will also observe that it is easier and faster to dissolve salt in hot water as compared to cold water. Stirring. Take 2 beakers half filled with water. Add a teaspoon of sugar in each. Stir the water in one of the beaker with a glass rod. You will notice that the solute dissolves faster by stirring the solution. Powdered form of solute, that is, take 2 beakers half filled with water in the first beaker and add powdered sugar in second, crystal sugar. Stir both the beaker. You will notice that the solute dissolves faster in its powdered form. So here we have just completed the chapter. Okay students, and from next video we will start the new chapter. So in your homework there is nothing. Okay, you just write down this answers in your textbook and the fair book. Okay students, I will just provide the PDF for that. Okay, we will meet in the next video. Bye students.